Sun 4.11 Kalaha Vivada Sutta Nipta Chapter 4.11 Kalaha Vivad Sutta. Similar to Purabheda Sutta, this sutta was spoken by Sikya Muni in answer to questions asked by Nimmita Buddha. To the question, Kuto Pahuta Kalaha Vivada? Whence have happened quarrels and disputes, along with bewailment, anxiety and jealousy, Paridev Sok Machchara, together with normal and abnormal pride as well as backbiting, Pesun. Buddha's answer was that all these 8 types of depravity, Kiles Dhamma, beginning with Kalaha Vivad, quarrel and dispute, have their origin in fond love, Piya, the result of greed, Lobh, which again has sprung from longing, Asa, owing to such desires as starting with desire for sensual pleasures, Kamachad, people wander about with greed, Lobh, dependent upon pleasant and unpleasant feelings, Vedana, desire, Chand, arises, after having seen the appearance and disappearance in visible objects, Rupezu Diva Vibhavam Bhavya Cha. A creature makes his decision in the world, Vinichchayam Kubati Jantu Lokae. Thus, the Blessed One brought his teaching to its conclusion with Arahantship as its climax. At the end of the discourse, there was realization of the truth on the part of numberless number of divine beings resembling what had happened at the end of the teaching of Purabheda Sutta. 868 Kutophuta Kalaha Vivada, Paridev Soka Sahmachchara Cha, Manatimana Sahpe Suna Cha, Kutophuta Te Tading Bruhi. 1. Whence do spring up contentions and disputes, lamentation and sorrow together with envy, and arrogance and conceit together with slander? Whence do these spring up? Pray, tell me this. 869 Piyapapahuta Kalaha Vivada, Paridev Soka Sahmachchara Cha, Manatimana Sahpe Suna Cha, Machcheryuta Kalaha Vivada, Vivad Jatezu Cha Pe Sunani. 2. From dear objects spring up contentions and disputes, lamentation and sorrow together with envy, arrogance and conceit together with slander. Contentions and disputes are joined with envy, and there is slander in the disputes arisen. 870 Piyasu lokasmin kutnidana, ye chapi lobha vicharanti lokain, asa cha nittha cha kutnidana, ye samparayai narsza hoti. 3. The dear objects in the world, whence do they originate, and whence the greed that prevails in the world, and desire and achievements, whence do they originate, on which we base our future? 871 Chandani danani pahyani lokain, ye chapi lobha vicharanti lokain, asa cha nittha cha itni dana, ye samparayai narsza hoti. 4. From which originate the dear objects in the world, and the greed that prevails in the world, and desire and achievement originate from it, on which men base their future. 872 Chando nu lokasmin kutnidano, vinichchaya chapi kutophuta, kodho mosav janch kathankatha cha, ye vapi dhamma samanenvota. 5. From what does wish originate in the world, and theories, whence do they spring, as also anger and falsehood and doubt, the mental factors which have been spoken by the Saman, Gotama. 873 Sat asarti yamahu lokain, tamupnissai pahoti chandor, rupezu diva vibhavam bhavanch, vinichchayam kubbati jantu lokain. 6. What they call pleasure and displeasure in the world, by that wish spring up, having seen decay and origin of all bodies, for a person forms his theories about the world. 874 कोधो मोसवजंच कथंकथा च अतेपि धम्मा द्वयमेव सन्ते कथंकथि यानपथाय सिक्खे न्यत्वा पवुता समनेन धम्मा. 7. Anger and falsehood and doubt, these mental factors arise due to duality. Let the doubtful learn in the way of knowledge. The Saman has declared the truth after realization. 875 सात असंच कुतनिदाना किस्मिन असंते न भवति हेते विभवम भवंचापि यमेतमतथम एतम मे प्रब्रूहि यतो निदाना. 8. Pleasure and displeasure, whence have they their origin, for want of what do these not arise? This notion which of decay and origin, tell me from what does this arise? 876 Pehasnidanna सात असर पह से असंते न भवति हेते विभवम भवंचापि यमेतमतथम एतम ते प्रब्रूमि इतनिदान्ना. 9. Pleasure and displeasure have their origin from fusser, when there is no fusser they do not arise. This notion of decay and origin, this I tell thee has its origin from this fusser. 877 Pehaso nu loksmi kutnidano parigagaha chapi kutophuta kismin asante na mamatamathi kismin vibhute na pehusanti pehasa. 10. From what has fusser its origin in the world and from what does grasping spring up? For want of what is there no egotism, by the cessation of what do the fussers not touch? 878 Namcha rupancha paticha prehaso ichchanidranani parigagahani ichchai santya na mamata mathi rupe vibhute na pehusanti prehasa. 11. On account of name and form the touchers exist, grasping has its origin on wanting. By the cessation of wanting there is no egotism, by the cessation of form there would be no contact. 879 Kathan smes vibhti rupa, sukh dukhanchapi kath vibhti, etam me pabruhi yatha vibhti, tam janiyamati, me mano ahu. 12. What pursuit leads a person to the cessation of form? How do joy and suffering cease to exist? Tell me this, how it ceases, that I would like to know. Such is my mind. 880 Na sanyasni na visnyasni, nopi asni na vibhusni, evan smayas vibhti rupa, sanyani dana hi papanchankha. 13. Let one not be with ordinary perception, nor with disordered perception, nor without perception, nor with any annihilation of perception. This is how the form ceases to exist. For perception is the source of concepts characterized by prolificity. 881 Yam tam apuchhim akiti nor, anyam tam puchcham tading bruhi, atavataga no si. Sya, vadanti he ke, yakkhas sudhi idh pandita se, udahu anyam pi vadanti ato. 14. What we have asked you have explained to us. We will ask thee another question, answer us that. Do some, who are considered wise in this world, tell us that this is the highest purification of the being, or do they say something different from this? 1. 882 Atavatagpi vadanti he ke, यक्षस सुधी इध पंडितासे ते संपने के समयम वदन्ति अनुपादिसे कुशला वदाना. 15. Thus some, who are considered wise in this world, say that the highest thing is the purification of the being, but some of them say that the highest purity lies in cessation without substratum, speak of annihilation. 8-7-6-8-8-3 अते च न्यत्वा उपनिश्चिताति न्यत्वा मुनि निश्चेसो विमंसी एन अथवा विमुतो न विवादमेति भवाभवाय न समेति धीरोति. 16. Knowing that they are dependent on speculative views, the sage who has discriminative knowledge of those views, being completely emancipated through knowledge, does not enter into dispute. The truly wise man doesn't fall back on any type of existence. Kalaha Vivada Sutta Ekadasman Nithita. Kalaha Vivada Sutta is ended.